الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين وإن تستفتحوا فقد جاءكم الفتح نصر من الله وفتح قريب وبشر المؤمنين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Shukran, Imam C. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Lord God of mercy, of grace, of compassion, and of forgiveness, we as a nation in the Gambia continue to submit ourselves under your rule, under your control, unreservedly. We continue to ask that during this lockdown situation and the COVID-19, that your mercy will be over this nation, this land, that you will continue to protect and defend the people of this land. Lord, even as we sit in the TRRC, we ask, Lord, that your Holy Spirit will be with us, be with all that will be testifying, and be with the audiences, those who will be following at the television and the radio station. We ask that you will grant calmness, and that you will grant that the witness will testify the truth, and grant the commission to be able to discern between truth and falsehood. And at the end of the day, we ask that the due process of the law will take its course, and you, the judge of all men, will be the final judge of what we do. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop Odeko. Council, I believe we're continuing with our theme from yesterday. If we're ready with this morning's witness, please proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, commissioners, and members of the audience or TRRC staff present. We are ready to proceed with the witness. It's still on the same theme that we started yesterday. That is the prison system in this country. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I, Lamin Korta.
I, Lamin Korta.
Do swear
that
I'll speak the truth.
I'll speak the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. See. Good morning, Mr. Korta. Welcome to the TRRC.
Good morning, Lead Counsel.
You are called as a witness to testify about the prison service. This is an institutional hearing on the prison system, and the Commission wants to know about the problems in the prison system and the prison service, which have led to violations of rights of inmates, with a view to be able to not only identify the rights violations and abuses that occurred in the prisons, but also what institutional reforms can be made in order to make the prison what it is supposed to be, in line with the United Nations standard minimum rules for treatment of prisoners. For today, we would wish you to testify about your background and your time in the Gambia Prison Service. We want you to talk about the conditions in the prisons. Those are the physical conditions.
we would want you to talk about the food or the diet in the prisons, the issue of the denial of medical treatment to inmates, the unlawful detention of people in the security wing, torture of prisoners or detainees by prison officers and also by the NIA, the denial of discharge of inmates having completed their term, the abuse of prison staff, and the stealing of rations by prison officers. Are you ready and willing to talk about these subjects?
Yes.
And in which language would you like to speak? Feel free to speak in whatever language you wish. English, Mandinka, Wolof, whatever you're comfortable speaking.
I've started with English. I think it's okay. I can continue with English.
Okay. But nonetheless, Mr. Chair, I'd ask that we still maintain yesterday's approach, wherein we have interpretation also in the Mandinka language, just for the benefit of the audience who are watching at home. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
So, what are your full names, Mr. Witness?
My full name's Lamin Korta.
Could you kindly give us your date and place of birth?
My date of birth is 28th of March, 1958.
Place of birth?
I was born in Khartoum village, Kombo South, West Coast region.
Could you kindly tell us a bit about your educational background?
I went to Khartoum Primary School, 1965 to 1971. When I started my common entrance examination, I proceeded to Latrikunda Secondary Technical School from 1971 to 1975.
What did you do upon completion of secondary school?
I first joined the Gambia Prison Service 1977, 1st of August.
Can we have the interpretation, please? Okay. The Mandinka interpretation.
Yes.
Oh, okay, can you pick it up from here then?
Yes.
All right. You said you joined the Gambia Prison Service in which year?
Iko idunta Gambia la kasibungo to dokunda ro sanjuma.
So I continue in Mandinka.
In English?
Okay.
And
1st of August, 1977.
Okay, good. Could you tell us a bit about your time in the prison service, including your progression?
Ifo isa fo no nyedo mandinke bang ila tanya to yemen soto prison do kubunda do.
Yes, at the time, prison was under central government at the time. What makes it different now is under the Interior, Ministry of Interior. But at that time, it was on the Ministry of Health. At that time, it was on the Ministry of Health. Until after 1981, after the abortive attempted coup of Kukoi, it was transformed and came under the auspices of Inspector General of Police, Interior. And I served from 77 to 82.
Could you hold on a second, please? Are we having problems in the interpretation booth? Okay, speak in Mandinka, all right? Okay. And they will interpret in English. I am sorry, Mr. Korta.
Okay, I can't. There is no interpretation.
Mr. Mane, are you okay? Yeah, it's all right. Good. So the witness can speak in Mandinka, and then we do it like we did yesterday. Okay? Are we okay in the interpretation?
Yeah, it's all right here.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so you are saying that as at the time you joined, prisons was under the auspices of the Ministry of Health.
Yenyum foko wato me beduna kaso doku wala prison bunda be jata kende bunda la minister bunda le koto.
Abolo koto no ha.
It was under it, yes. And can you continue from there?
It was sitenten kaboje.
Ayo, they joined 77 kata 82.
I joined from 1977 to 1982.
Nata abula.
Then I left.
Then wato le prison nata soundinang interior koto.
It was then that the prison department was transferred under the auspices of Interior.
Wato Mel Foster was commissioner followed year.
At the time, Mel Foster was the commissioner.
Was wato ranked under commissioner.
Because at that time, the highest rank was commissioner.
Commissioner, yes. So bring up 82.
So when I left in 82,
tada kolea dole nata no so ngaje ko dal nte proceed la no ngabula.
I had some difficulties and I realized I couldn't continue, so I left.
Ala nata makoy nata doku dosiro 1983.
By the grace of God, I secured another job in 1983.
Tata training na management training course la jana Genoy training school.
I went on a management training course at the Genoy school, agricultural school.
February 15th kata end of March 1983 kono.
From the 15th of February to the end of March 1983.
Yes, o project ko ni database survey la kono no.
That project was on database surveying.
So 1984 to 85 in Adam promote.
Between 1984 and 85, I got promoted.
Nada ke field supervisor ti.
And I became a field supervisor.
Responsible for activities of
Mr.
field numerators.
Mr. Korta, are you reading out your CV from a document?
Yes.
Akoy munta ibenyi memfokanteng. Kaiti safari ngolo bebulu bakaran kan nungole to bang.
Because nga jotin scale
Yes, because I took down some jotins.
Because ni wonte it's a long time ta be fenkela no.
If not, it's been a long time.
So nga summarize le.
And I wouldn't be able to recall, so I summarized it.
It's not a problem. Let's just put it on the record that you are reading from notes that you prepared about your biographical information.
Nse kontine tanatije bitunga muntan laftale ay koyko ibe memfokanteng ifamale yo lu safe pour nyin kamala ko yafa nyamen I hakilo se bono dolale bar bitunga ya safete nyamen isa tenteni no wonya.
Yeah, because commission la fonye ko ngana biography fenko ni safe report ni safe.
Yes.
Okay, ni sounda nyindo ni lafta interest la prison la mala. Na active service to prison from 2008 to December last year, 2019. So odrone se fonkono.
No, this
now
is fine.
I left a big covalale. So fonga ngata from onset. Did.
If you want us to skip this, I can skip it and just talk about my time at the prison department from 2008 to 2017.
2019.
It's okay. You can proceed as you have started.
Tanatije isi tenten no ko ya damu tanyamen.
All right. So as supervisor responsible for field work.
I was there as a supervisor responsible for field work.
Yes. Kabo July 1985
From July 1985.
O project ko nata transfer to PPMU.
After the project ended, I was transferred to the PPMU.
It was project of agricultural code.
Which was a project under the agriculture department.
So new project is a unit member agriculture code PPMU, program planning and monitoring unit.
The PPMU project was under the Agriculture Ministry.
So Vijay as a field numerator.
I was there as a field numerator.
Up to 1992, Mbewoto.
I was there up to 1992.
From 85 Katafo 92.
From 1985 to 1992.
Yes. Kebon 92, April.
From April 1992.
Another contract also again.
I got a contract.
Yes, with Worldview International.
With Worldview International.
It's a Sri Lankan project. Headed by Nemal Matos. It's a Sri Lankan.
Are we having problems in the interpretation good?
No, he's speaking in English.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
The Worldview International.
I was at the Worldview International.
Post Kerewan.
I was posted to Kerewan.
As a field worker.
As a field worker.
Should I continue in English or Mandinka, because it's confusing? When I speak
you
sometimes,
proceed in Mandinka. But there are certain things I think you would be more easy. You can more easily say in English than in Mandinka. If you were to say field worker in Mandinka under a Sri Lankan project, that can be a bit complicated.
Okay.
So proceed.
Okay. Okay, project for 1992.
I was in that project up to 1992.
Project on phase out.
The project phased out.
So, 1992
in 1992, I got another job.
Gambia Public Transport Corporation.
At the Gambia Public Transport Corporation.
One-man operator.
As a one-man operator.
One-man operator do community.
The work of a one-man operator is you drive the vehicle.
At the same time, a conductor.
At the same time, you are the conductor.
You can inspect.
And you inspect yourself as well.
So, first bite would lad.
I was among the first batch in the place.
Yes, because many current a certificate in your
because that time the requirement was for those that were educated and had certificates.
Because what after transport franconing, after reformula in a way, because Dolby Wato a conductor tale a drive water.
At that time they wanted to reform the corporation.
Because illiteracy rate in New Water.
Because the illiteracy rate was high.
So
they had some changes. We were recruited as the first batch.
So what was a special express nata?
That was when the special express was established.
School bus nata.
The Dakar Road was established.
Units
and the school bus.
Tourist industry. So what like a one-man operator like operator will bacon.
Other units.
You drive at the same time. You take a ticket of an anta.
That's what's when you drive and collect the tickets at the same time.
About 1996.
I was there up till 1996.
So not a prison officers in J. Another phone you go sign lab falling can. So at all civil Benjamin, Alianta Muruna Nanjele because na experience will TJ.
Then
at least Karanati what of an amini along Comulsi Tragicrino, Catul Cifal, I met along Kali training sort of well, Yagel, because on the first bite they meant train.
Very Carnasoro caring. Kari diamo ila diamo isa tembendi ya kanyandi punyim fanaye akana sorno tubabu count.
Okay, after 1996 I was approached by some of the officers. People of our caliber should try to come back to the institution to make the institution move forward, because at the time there was not enough training, because our badge was the first badge to be trained by the then Gambia Field Force.
Between 1996 tambitalom inata muri kan nambam pure muru nam prison department.
Yes, what will another approach na purunga muru nanje.
At that time people were not well experienced in the prison department, so I was told to come back to the prison department.
So I accepted the offer. 1996 I went there. I served up to 1999.
Mr. Korta, let's stick to the protocol. Speak in Mandinka. What would be the interpretation? Or you speak in English. If you feel more comfortable speaking in English, then we can just stop the interpretation and we proceed. I just thought that the interpretation is important for those watching from home so that they understand exactly what's going on.
Okay, let's continue. See, there is an interpreter. Okay.
Okay. Please proceed in Mandinka.
Mandinka, okay. You know, sometimes it's difficult when you start this.
Between 10 and Romaniga Kamoto Sai.
So 1996, Brinatang approach na puru nga fereke purka muruna.
So when I was approached in 1996
so
to try and
to
return back to the prison department, they told me about the changes that took place in the place.
So not a wakil, not convinced, not a wakil. Then not a 96.
I was convinced, and I returned back in 1996.
So you left in 1982.
Yes.
But in 1982.
And you returned only in 1996.
So you moved in 1996.
Yes, sir.
So you were away from the service for about 14 years?
Yes.
Munda sanji tanni nani ibe do ku bunda nye mane.
Yes.
Yes. Could you tell us the people you were with in the service at around 1982 and thereabout?
Isa fa nye ningi manyo lebe do ko la nu service o nyin kono 1982 ma fangulu nyolula.
Anyway, ndanga ala tentu woto bakele because ndala badge meto ndol mo tan sabani woro lon min tata training school depot.
I thank God because my batch, we were 36 who trained at the depot.
So, o molbe kono dol fata dol vantra kendeari dol velari so ngambra dol bajo dol mufula dronde tuta prison throughout.
Amongst those, some died, some were sick, some were bedridden, and I think amongst all of the 36, only the 2 of us were around.
So ndela baji do bedindanga bla wonata promotion o soto abra kanila le kafa Thomas Charge wonata opto another ke deputy director general.
One of my batch mates, who was from Kanilai, who was called Thomas Jaju, rose to the rank of deputy director general.
So birabarola ndeni wodron bije throughout.
I was with him throughout at that time.
3 years ago, Sanji Sabo command offered another pension.
3 years later, he got pensioned.
So throughout, the Mambaji made sort of mile to be
When did Thomas Jaju take his retirement?
Thomas Jaju ayed Hassan Jumale.
2016.
You are not sure, but I think it's 2016.
Thank you very much. Do you know a person called David Colley?
Yes. David Colley.
David Colley, yes.
I know David Colley, yes.
When did you first meet him?
Ina benta si tumajumale follow.
David Colley joined the prison in 1977.
When I joined the prisons in 1977,
David Colley system uniform.
At that time, I found David in the system, but he was not in uniform.
Because what on a cafeteria sort of bar.
At that time, we had a cafeteria, a bar.
Yes, so mol kana you cannot drink nyol minje. Official fanan kana drinks nyol minje. Outside nyol fanan kana drinks nyol minje.
Came there to have their drinks as well as officers.
At the time, David Colley barkeeper.
At that time, David Colley was the barkeeper.
As a barkeeper.
Mr. Korta,
yes,
you should allow the interpreter to finish his sentence.
Okay, second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And when you left in 1982, was David Colley still in Mufti or was he in uniform at that time?
When I left, bring up 82.
When I left in 1982,
yes, nada nga uniform o jabala. Nga sergeant rank jabala.
I found him in uniform, yes, and he had a sergeant rank.
And throughout the first batch, you trained police training school depot.
While I was there, we were the first batch to be trained by the field force at depot.
What at him barkeeper?
But at the time, he was a barkeeper.
Because what you the system.
Because at that time, they picked people randomly and incorporated them in the system, and there was no formal training.
Canal drone food drill, yes,
they will take you for a food drill, and
yes, sir, yes, sir. Your compliment or no aband.
If you can just yes, sir, and are able to pay compliments, that's it.
Full training. Food drill, arm drill,
but to talk of full training, arm drill, that started with our badge.
Field force depot for 4 months.
They took us to the field force at depot and we were trained for 4 months.
What will be David General
At all of that time, David and the others were not yet there. When I returned,
depot commander
when I returned, I used to hear him say,
Mr. Korta,
yes,
Mr. Korta, allow the interpreters to finish.
Yeah. All right.
When I returned, I used to hear him say that I was an odd leave for the depot commander and other things.
Yes.
I used to hear him say those things.
Okay, so
I saw him dressed in uniform. When I returned,
yes. So automatically I can't boss because I inspector rank sergeant.
He became my boss because he was an inspector and I was a sergeant.
Yes.
So you mean to say that in the intervening 14 years,
yes,
David Colley had formally joined the uniform cadre, of the prison service and rose to the rank of inspector.
Munda wo sangolu kono etetije wato men wo wuce kono ata dunta prison police doku oto ala palaso wulta wonyale hanfa na take inspectoti wo wuce wala kono.
So, and when you rejoined the service, you joined at sergeant rank.
Yes.
So birita muruta nang ya ila murunam fulanjang wutumolem ya damuta sergeant ya palaso to.
Babulal wato men mbe kopul lenung.
When I left, I was a corporal.
When
I was reinstated,
after 2 months,
I was promoted to the rank of a sergeant.
So, can we take it now from there?
So, also in charge of reception.
I was taken to the reception.
So, what na DG Mimbo Jankunu Mane?
At that time, my former DJ, who was here yesterday, Mane,
then you will be reception.
I was with him at the reception.
Okay, all on the senior sergeant.
And he was my senior sergeant. I was deputizing him. Ibrahim Sisi and others were my juniors. and others.
Because reception
Kato ni mang nyin so de kana soro te kenola de.
Alright. So the manager will be reception je.
I was at the reception with Mane and others.
All right. So the Mane koto.
I was deputizing Mane.
Up to 2000.
Up to 2000.
And what happened after 2000?
Nekata bring 2000 tambita.
2000 99.
In 1999.
96 to 99.
My return was from 1996 to 1999.
So 1999.
I was there up till 1999.
I was responsible for reception.
I was at the reception.
The prisoner on admission.
When prisoners come in to be admitted.
Was all on
because that was our responsibility.
Reception admit.
At the reception there, we admit them.
Discharge.
We discharge them as well. And we also are in custody of their possessions. When they have been discharged,
they call a day before.
We call them a day before. They wash their belongings. Before that, we would have published the names of the prisoners who are going to be released for that particular month.
24 hours.
When your release time is less than 24 hours, we will call you to wash your belongings. You iron them. And then you be on standby. If your family members feel that they will bring you other clothes other than the ones you have with you, we will ask them to bring new clothes for you. We will pack them for you. And when you are going out, we'll hand them over to you.
But did you leave the service again in 1999?
Yes, I left.
Ibota do kola le 1999.
That was 1999 and then at Adokobla.
I left to work in 1999.
And where did you move to?
Yes, 2000, not a bigger opportunity.
I saw a bigger opportunity.
So, we'll not approach. Because smaller behaving at a PST and not an approach ko. Agent Yinduko Nangani, Ninatanaje, Nita interviewer, it was succeed.
Someone approached me who was a PS there, who had the intention of me getting the job, and said to me that if I attended the interview, I would succeed.
2000, 1st of March.
That was in 2000, the 1st of March.
That interview.
I went for the interview.
Testing.
I went for the testing. And then I was employed there.
Rural Finance and Community Initiative Project.
That was the Rural Finance and Community Initiative Project.
RFC-IPS, Ministry of Agriculture.
Under the Ministry of Agriculture.
So, both post Yana Kuntauru.
I was posted to Kuntaur.
So I'm from 2000 for 2006.
I was there from 2000 to 2006.
2006, OAU Katanunjang.
2006, the OAU summit was hosted here.
So government not have experience and drive one many along a karanta. Ye motol no, if it's a system okono, isura ta wallela. All projects me along under agri-fenco, government koto, parastatals, government projects, and in central government drivers. Ye mobe convicta yana kotu.
Then the government announced that they wanted educated and experienced drivers who were in the government and also under the Ministry of Agriculture, and all of them converged at Kotu.
So another more commanded testing naje.
And
the
then
driver will be test.
They conducted a testing for us.
Over another lucky.
I was lucky also.
Another multi select.
And I was amongst those that were selected
OAU summit in
to take part in the OAU summit.
So another training now to go to train a certificate holding certificate.
We had our training, and at the completion of which they gave us certificates.
So another post state house.
Then I was posted to the state house.
So you can check out can some president al koto, foreign minister al koto, first ladies al koto, you post you be posting al nyam.
And it was from there that we were posted to the presidents, to foreign ministers, and to first ladies.
Yeah. So bureau program banda.
At the completion of that program,
2006.
2006.
Then 2008.
In 2008,
Nata Muruna Janati, David found Nathan approach.
David approached me.
Which David?
David Colley.
David Colley.
He
said to me, I am now the head of the place.
Director General.
I am now the Director General.
Commissioner.
At that time, the highest rank was Commissioner.
So I'm the first Director General of Prisons.
And I am lucky that I am the first Director General of Prisons.
So
and now we have realized that everything that has transpired
put aside
between you and I, let's put it aside.
Why did he say that? Why did he say that?
Because confrontation
because there were a lot of confrontations between him and I.
Yes. So another in my residence, Brikama.
You came to my house in Brikama.
Yes. So all the time, because Babi
every time he comes around, there was a bar close to my house. Every time he comes to
Mr. Korta, allow the interpreters.
Sorry.
There was a bar close to my house, and each time he comes there, he would visit me.
All right. So
after we had all those discussions, I said to him, well, now you see that I am getting old.
Yes, because cannot be
and I don't have to report today and leave tomorrow and then come back again.
Because
I said to him, you know who I am, and I also know who you are.
Because you can approach all the time.
If you see that you are approaching me all the time, it's because of my efficiency
and the nature of job
and my nature of work.
Mr. Korta, yes, could you sit in a way that you'd be seeing me, so that when I want to intervene, you would know that I want to intervene.
Okay.
But if you give me your back. And also allow the interpreters. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. Did you ultimately accept an offer from David Colley?
Yes.
Allow the interpreters.
Okay. Not accept, not
yes.
I promise me na
yes, I accepted and I returned that he would do as he promised.
What rank were you given?
Rank Jumale Dila.
So
when I returned, I was reinstated as a sergeant.
Because
he had said to me that you'll return back to your former job because that is where you have more experience.
Because
all the people that are there now, you are the one that trained them.
Because
I was there with Mane, and Mane was removed.
Juvenile justice wing
when the juvenile wing was opened at Joshua.
So Mane Natakeje force Fenkoti OIC officer in charge.
Mane became the first officer in charge of the place. Mane was there.
So,
and he said I should return there.
So when you returned, yeah, you were stationed at Mile 2 Central Prison.
Yes. In the Mile 2 Central Prison.
You can now respond.
Yes, sir.
Good. And respond in Mandinka so that it will be
reception to the headquarters.
Yes, I returned to the reception at the headquarters.
But as at this time, did you come to learn about the relationship between David Colley and Yaya Jammeh?
In tembo dum inata bo kuolu kalamale menketa taranyoloti wala chokinyoloti David Colley ni Yaya Jammeh tema. Inata bo kalamale ba?
Ama kalamda.
Yes, I was aware.
Can you tell us what you understood their relationship to be like?
Afonye wotumo itelumo fulo nyintemo David Colley ni Yaya Jammeh itemo benu nyamin ite memfahamu je femfonye woto bang.
Odo defana manke dindindi kasoko no.
David was not a novice in the prison system.
I
was not a novice in the prison system. I know what their relationship was like. I know that both of them come from Kanilai. Because when we are going into Kanilai, as soon as you pass the fire service,
second compound,
David's compound is the second compound.
Yeah, Yaya
was on his side also. He built his house there. He goes there on weekends. When departments go there also to work, our department used to be hosted in that house. We coordinate those trips. When people are going on those trips, we publish them.
Yes, we now know that he has a home in Kanilai.
Yes.
All right. But tell us about the relationship between David and Yaya Jammeh.
Saying alone itemo chokinyolo membije bari saying ngalong ko fana David susu to Kanilai bari bitun silang ateni Yaya Jammeh tema ila moya ila hadamaya.
As far as you know.
Ite mello njel laftole kalamolo.
I don't know
biologically
what their blood ties are, whether they are biologically related or not, but I do know that they're both from Kanilai. And at that time, anyone that comes from Kanilai, they were always proud. They used to show off to everyone that they were related to Yaya. And nobody can deny that, because you are not a native of that place. All you know is they are both from Kanilai. And
do you recall giving a statement?
Yes,
yes.
Do you have a copy?
Yes, I have my copy.
Could you take a look at page 4 of your statement? And on the first theme, that is join the Gambia Prison Service, the second to last paragraph on that. This is what you said, and I will read it out. David Colley was given a contract by the former president Yaya Jammeh, a contract he held until the change of government happened, when he left as Director General. He was a stooge of former President Yahya Jammeh because they were all Jolas and from Kanilai. David Colley would do anything Jammeh wanted in the prisons. If the president can say in many occasions that the prison is his 5-star hotel, and besides, if people don't heed his words, they would know who David Colley is at the prisons. Is that what you said in the statement?
Yes.
Those are your words.
Those are the words of Yaya Jammeh and David.
No, the words we read out are your words.
Because yes, those are my statements, and these are things we heard from him.
And let's break down the statement. You said David Colley was a stooge of Yaya Jammeh.
Because David Colley atemu Yaya Jammeh la sola kujora
Can you explain that, please?
Because ni ilafta minna.
If you wanted something,
obviously,
if I do everything that you want, then you will put me amongst your people.
So, that
was what operated then.
Everything, both legal and illegal, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Munda mem bete ata mem man bete men tilinta mem man tiling akawlu bele tamana.
Yes. That was what existed.
Is
then.
it min tilinta and min man tiling?
Yes, it's correct, yes.
Is it not what the law accepts and what the law does not accept?
What
because
the law accepts is what
not
min tilinta. What does the law doesn't accept a man tiling. That's the interpretation.
Okay.
You know, Mandinka language.
I would not quarrel with a Mandinka interpretation. But the two are not exactly the same.
Yes.
Min tilinta
That means what is
and min lawfulta may not be the same.
Yes.
But anyway.
men ni lua tata.
Okay.
Your lua in Mandinka is not an original Mandinka word. Lua, I understand, is a French word, but the Mandinkas adopted it. They used to say lua. Okay, so it's all the same. So, but in Mandinka, what is the truth or what is lawful? Usually they say men ni lua tata nyola or men tilinta.
Min lua tata nyola
Yes.
and min tilinta may be different.
Well, okay.
When you look at the what tilintale? Ani lua tata so atilintale.
Well, I like Mandinka then. It means that everything is lawful, it's straight, and if it's not lawful, it's not straight.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So law and morality coincides in that regard, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
In most places, where law and morality do not necessarily coincide, the two are different. There are two rivers that flow maybe in the same direction. Sometimes they converge, sometimes they don't. But that's quite interesting. Let's move forward. So you're telling us that David Colley was a stooge of Yahya Jammeh. Whatever Yahya Jammeh wanted, David Colley would do, whether good or bad, whether lawful or unlawful. That's your testimony.
Yes, sir.
We would come back to that. Okay. We would come back to that issue. And you now proceeded, you continue to work in the prisons.
Yeah.
In 2008?
Yes.
2008.
Until when?
For Sanjuma.
Until for December, last December.
Until last December.
December 2019?
Yes, sir.
Good. So we take it that you know the prison service very well.
Well, I was there for a long time and I have a lot of experience.
So the first thing I would want you to tell us, from your experience, how or what is the understanding of the prison officers in this country as to the main purpose of the prison? What do they understand prison to be? What do they think is the purpose of the prison?
Itela jero to itelu ye mune fahamu ye mune lonko kaso fango a dalilo ning ala lotan kango mumuneti banko kang menu be do ko la kaso kono je itele kaso je munyadi la kaso dalilo mumuneti
yalo mulla jerinyal mankilia.
You know, people have different perspectives
nanya do ko kono mankilia
because the manner of coming to work was not the same. If you come through the back door, the way they explain things to you, you will take things that way. If you come through the main gate, the way you are told things, and the way you perceive things, and the way you are supposed to do things.
Well, give us both perspectives.
Yo say yin karafulo membe foteng ibe bonye nyoto bang.
Okay, ngana start min kanani komadala.
Let me begin with those that come through the back door.
Ye exam ota ya fail.
You sit to the exam and fail. Or you don't even take the exam at all.
Medical, you drop.
Or you go to the medical and you are dropped. But notwithstanding, you are employed and you see yourself in the work. And then you know that my presence here
Bad
is
example, Mr. Falto.
Lead counsel, so I take you as an example.
Not through the back door.
If that happens, whatever they tell you, you wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't know whether this is bad or otherwise. Whatever they tell you is what you see. And they are the reason for you being employed. That was the problem of many people there. They only concentrate on the individuals who assisted them to get the employment.
Out of 1,000 people,
out of 1,000 people who sit to the exam and pass the exam,
medical exams pass.
You go to the medical examination.
Interview panel, pass.
You pass the you pass. If you pass the medical examination, you go to you go to the interview and pass all those processes. And then you begin work. If you are told to do this, you will know that this is correct or this is not correct. You know those.
What you have said, Mr. Korta,
yes,
it tells us about the attitudes of the people who work in the prison service.
Amunta yemem fonyeten wo mumolu Kenya leti menumbe dokola nun kaso bundala.
But we will come to that at a later stage.
Nyaton tombe murula na otokane.
For now, I want you to tell us
laftale ya fonyeng
how prison officers
kaso dokulalu
understand the role of prisons to be. What do they understand prison to be? What is its role in society?
Italiye mune fahamu kaso la karola kaso dalilo mumenti kaso alotan kamo famu mumenti jamaa kono itella fahamu roto laftole lonna.
General context koro.
This is what I'm saying under a general context.
As an example.
Let me take myself as an example.
Don't tell me yet about the attitudes.
Ijikolo kana ulfanya mfolo.
How they would respond to what they are told.
Eka jabirolu ke la kangol la nyami ka kumolu menu foye telekawlu ta nyami.
We will come to that later.
Mbina utole nyatondo.
Now what I want you to tell me
sai lafta ite memfonye
is what is your understanding
ite fongola jero ila fahamuro mu muneti
as to the purpose of prisons.
Kaso fongo dalilo mu menti.
Kana jel dote.
That is where I'm heading to.
Please arise.
Yes.
My very self.
Yes.
Which is why I
understand nyami.
The way I understand it, and the way I know the prisons is supposed to be operated, and also what is a prison.
Correction center.
It's a correction center.
You mistake or band.
You commit a mistake in the outside.
You had a competent court.
You are taken to a competent court.
Authentic document
we came with an authentic document.
6 months period. 6 months period.
Which says that you are to be in prison for 6 months.
What 6 months okono?
Within that 6 months.
Prison officer doko nyanda kala minute.
What should be the work of the prison officers?
They reform.
To help you to reform.
Reform ta.
If you are reformed, you return back home.
It's a good society kono.
You'll be able to fit into society and be able to fit back into your home. And also for you to realize the mistake that you have committed and not to repeat it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you tell us whether the prisons in Gambia were run specifically for the purpose you have just mentioned?
Koite ya satate nyaming kasolu betama kan wole nyama numbang Gambia jang.
First prisons Damin Kalamta kon 1997 colonial time will kono watolo.
Yes.
So 1997 they joined la je wato minna.
During the colonial
from 1977.
Kadafo mbabula wato minna 82.
82. All right.
82.
From the colonial times from 1977 to 1982 when I left.
Wato ala died from the madama.
That time, even the diet alone,
an officer from Kadomoro keje.
even the officers used to partake in the meals.
Because that's amo.
Because the breakfast,
The full bread.
you get a full bread
The butter keje.
with butter,
Tea.
tea,
I keke sort.
with milk
Sugar sort.
and sugar.
Kondonga.
Lunch,
Chulse chulong. If I'm calling ko nyimu chulse chulet.
they cook rice and
Dulino
with
tabi if I'm
palm
calling
oil.
ko dulino lo.
And when oil is used to cook the food,
Ye
you know
durang
that
tabi calling ko durang lo.
Ni man sonte kanna soro kenola.
Yes.
when they use oil
What
to
oil?
cook, you know that this is oil. And when they use
Yes,
palm
but
oil,
you're
you
talking
know.
about the diet.
Yes. Yes.
Just
General
a
condition.
moment. I am talking about
Yeah.
the objectives that underlie the management and the administration of the prison.
Munta abe dali abe sartul le foka meni alonko. Kaso dalilo mumenti kulu mumbe lari nga koto. Yalo ibol le fokan.
The issue is you told us that the prison is to reform people.
Yenyum fonyanko kaso nyanta mo falin nale.
Was the prison in Gambia run with that objective in mind?
Ako saya kamenyinin ka wodung yewo kumolu menu fonya kaso dalilo mumendi. Fodung Gambia jango tumo kaso lu dumbe tama kan wole nyama bang.
Mbolo fokan. Nko kaso be tama kan.
Yalo ete dunta domoro le kono domoro le na ku kote.
Mas ni domoro la.
Okay.
I started with the
Kaso be
diet.
tama kan wole nyama.
That was
Ko
the way-
prison built dalilo min kama.
You told us 1977 to 1982.
Yes.
It was like that.
It was like that. Yes.
Okay, when you returned
Yes.
in 1996 to 1999, was it like that?
Biri murutana 1996 kata 1999 wo ku kilingola bije bang foi falin ne taraji.
Falen ninketa jele.
There was a little difference.
Or
Could you tell us what was the change?
yes, o watol nu
It was at the time,
diet fulale bije.
at that time there were two diets
Kava diet A and diet B.
called diet A and B.
Biri nata muruna 96.
When I returned back in 96,
Mo diet taraje.
I did not find those
Only
diets.
one diet.
There was only one
Olon
diet.
difference onyenti.
That was the difference.
But you are talking about food and diet.
Food olon diet don't cover diet A and B because food A and food B.
Yes.
Diet A and diet B that cover the food
That's
program
true.
yes.
No, but what I am talking about
Ate yewo mu baluoleti. Bari sila ate be lafri menna.
is you told
Management
us
le kono because diet nyimbe management le kono. Good management na ko ibe good diet le produce la.
The diet
That is
was
Inmates. Bad management you expect bad food to the inmates.
That-
So it's part of management, good management team.
That may be true. You are absolutely right.
Wo muto nyalti. Itili wo muto.
But what I am talking about
Bari hanim be abe mem fokan.
is whether the prison was run in a way that would ensure that the inmates would be reformed by the time they are discharged.
Amunta atak lafta e damen senandi wolem. Niye mo nati kasola ala taro wuce o kono je yalo ifango nyim foko pour ka mari falling. Yo bari silang abegu tembo itela murunam fulanjang. Kasobe tama kan nyameng. Fodung hanim be ato ku kilingule bije o tilingule bije puru na mari nata je jannabe bola jay falling. Akawton dinkirale nyininka.
Ani administration ol mankilia.
no, the administrations were not the same
Because nga kalamta in 77 nyol kono 80s nyol kono.
because I recall in the
77
around
towards
80s,
Nga civil servant o dolu nata mile 2.
some civil servants came to Mali too.
Bi wol dolu.
Today, some of them
Responsible battle.
are very responsible.
Well, most of Gambian ol fanga malan ko wol nene la kasoto la.
And most Gambians don't even know that they ever spent a night at the Mile too.
Mini 77 kopto 80s nyol kalamta.
Those who are aware of the
Well, don't
period
know about Kalamtala.
between 77 and the 80s,
But say didn't all many wuluta 90s nyol kono late 80s kana 90s kono to date. Wol nene malon fanko wol nene la kasoto la. It is a system o kono.
They will
No
know-
system o kono do retired.
they will know about that. But those that are born in the 90s will not even know about this.
Well, are very responsible people.
Today, they are very responsible
Woli
people.
aje ko dega prison wol soksita wala karola.
Those so that the prison had a success on their side.
So abola nyama.
That's the way it is.
So bring system of falinta sanying administration of falinta.
When the system changed, the
Prison la
administration
jaw ya
changed,
fanga be chaw.
the difficulties of the prison,
The objective of prison ko fanga bulaj ka put aside.
they put aside the
Master from
objective
94 to date.
of the prisons,
After 2017.
which started from 1994.
Yes.
to
What will
12.
prison ikaje as a punishment center?
Okay, so nga auto kanasor. Amunta yenye foko. Kasola maral nya falinta kabu 1994 kana 2017. Amunta kaso dalilo kateli ya fahamu nu nyame foloto. Well falinta 1994 le. What he's saying is that the objective of the prison to reform people completely changed from 1994 to 2017.
So you're saying that from 1994 onwards, the purpose of prisons became for punishment of inmates and not for the rehabilitation of or reform of the inmates. That's what you're telling us.
Amunda wala koto mnyindiko kabo 1994 kana 2017. Sayin kaso dalilo falintale wala mnyindi yake nyindam manetiko kamolu kulu dimindingu la je bari a manke nyinti pour kamolu faling amunta etel natalo wala silo kan fokana 2017 sankon.
What are your reasons for arriving at that conclusion? I know you have told us about bad management and bad food. Do you have other reasons for telling us that the objective of prison changed from reform and rehabilitation to mere punishment?
Sayang amunta fay dalila do sodol wayre yenyum foko domori Kenya falinta ani mararo fanan Kenya falinta fay dalila do lu soton ne bang men ya lon ko wole mu dalilol ti men ya lon ko wole fana ye kaso Kenya falin ye jeke mo tlimbalia dinkira doronneti bari abukam mo kulu kam mo falin ko nunto abe nyamin fo dalila do lu bijele bay semen fono
because minketa
what happened was that
interference lebije outside interference lebije
there was outside interference
all the time.
From where to where?
From 94 to 2017.
From 94 to 2017.
Outside interference coming from who?
Munta bantala kolu kabonam bantala wo kabonam jumale bulu pour kabul
executive order.
Yes. They used to call it the executive order.
Yes.
And which executive are we talking about?
Executive order kaso kono kai kai. Executive order is from State House.
Each time executive order is mentioned is from the State House.
From who in particular in State House?
State House.
The head of state. Nico executive order kai is the head.
Head of state. Each time you hear executive order is the head of state.
And which individual are we referring to?
Head of state.
The deposed Yaya Jammeh.
That was the deposed Yaya Jammeh.
So in essence, you're telling us that Yaya Jammeh was interfering in the management of the prisons.
Because
that was what our head used to tell us. Because we never spoke directly with Yaya.
Head of state he comes
and gives us order to say that the head of state says this. The head of state says that 5 people are coming in the evening and be on standby.
So you've told us that the purpose of the prison, the objective of the prison changed from reform and rehabilitation to detention and punishment.
Kabo kuluro nim falindiro to sayang anata nyindam manne to drong kamolu sindije ke tajireya aning ke soron kasola drong.
And you've told us that you've mentioned 3 important reasons for your conclusion that the prisons change.
Ye dalila kumasa bafo men keta falimuti kasola otumo.
The first is bad management.
Follow wole marali jawoti.
The second is bad food.
Fulanja wole domori jawoti.
And the third is interference by Yaya Jammeh.
Sabanja wole nyinti ko Yaya Jammeh kakulu kangolu di puri nyanta menkela kasola.
Do you have another reason?
For dalila do bije bang.
La nyati ladula.
That's
la Kenya. Cell condition.
That is the condition of the cell.
And what else?
Animu.
And what else?
Animu.
How about the statements by Yaya Jammeh, which you mentioned in the paragraph that I read out from your statement. Here you said Yaya Jammeh says in many occasions that the prison is his 5-star hotel. And people should know who is David Colley at the prisons. How would you interpret that?
Hello, I David empowered.
That is to say that he empowered David.
Public gathering.
If a president should stand in a public gathering and says that if people are not careful,
a 5-star hotel.
They will go to his 5-star hotel.
Because I good manager.
Because he has a good manager there. That shows to people that he is the CEO of the prison. The executive of the prison.
David general manager.
And David is the general manager.
So
that was what existed.
So that all interpretation on you.
That is the interpretation.
But what other information is he conveying by labeling the prison a 5-star hotel?
So kibar juma dole fana bije mo simen jeno pro dalilo men ako kasomu ala 5-star hotel leti.
Because mine were caring.
What existed was
a big man outside.
You are a big man outside.
Or a politician
or you are a politician.
Or in public figure
or a public figure.
Ajoko any lawyer conflict lesoto.
And he realizes that you have a conflict with the law. You'll ask them to bring you there. When you come there, he will not want you to have any of your rights respected.
State House another mile 2.
But because he will not come from State House to come to mile 2.
The general manager
the general manager, his general manager that is there, whatever situation he wants you to be put under, he will narrate it, relate that to him, and he will interpret that instruction to the officers.
Officer who violate.
And any officer who violates those instructions, you see yourself in another thing. That was what existed then.
We want to understand you. So are you suggesting that Yaya Jammeh used to put people in the prisons for the purposes of punishing them unlawfully? And he would use David Colley to implement his orders. Is that your testimony? Anyone in this country, you know exactly what the prison is.
Common sense is prison is a punishment center or a hotel. Even prison hotel.
You will not stand and refer to the prison as a hotel.
So interpretation of hotel that tells us that punishment center.
So for anyone to hear that the prison is a hotel is obviously to say that it's a punishment center.
Because
we know
you go there for enjoyment.
We know what the hotel is like. You go there for enjoyment.
Punishment center hotel.
But you cannot refer to a punishment center.
So you cannot call it a hotel. You are provoking the system.
You cannot refer to a punishment center as a hotel.
I understand perfectly what you are saying, but I just still want to bring back the question I asked, yes, and I want you to answer that question more directly.
Yes.
You stated earlier that if Yaya Jammeh wanted to punish politicians or other people, he would send them to the prisons, and David Colley would ensure that their rights are not respected in prisons.
Ikafero leke yenati kasola andu akanyin kangole di David Kolila ite mari la nyantolu wolu mukuleti ite temenu sotonna kaso kono je amunta kulbe lari wala nyam
abelari wala nyam because
that was the way things were. Because
ordinary prisoners jolteng
for the ordinary prisoners
imantara comfortable le nyawo nyambari o much problem imantaro encounter kanje.
They were not comfortable, but they did not encounter many problems as such.
Like politicians.
Unlike the politicians.
Like civil servants, top civil servants.
And top civil servants.
And businessmen.
As well as businessmen.
So all can jail to be punished.
So that category, they come there to be punished.
Physically.
Physically.
Mentally.
And mentally as well.
Psychologically.
Psychologically.
Yes, because family man.
As a family man.
You can look at the chair.
Yes, as a family man.
Yes.
Head of your family. Yes, somebody yes in the killing.
As a head of your family, you are brought you are made to sit at one place, and even your family does not know where you are.
Yes, somebody is in the killing.
They brought you and park you in one place.
Ima right to communicate.
And you are told that you have no right to communicate to anyone. They will not inform your people. You will have no visitor.
Outside.
You will not get any food
by force.
You will not get any food from the outside. You will eat prison food by force. Is there any punishment?
You cannot, if you want to explain why I'm in jail.
Is there any punishment that surpasses that as a family man, and you are not told exactly what your offense is?
That's a terrible situation.
Okay, yes.
And these are the things we want to discuss in greater detail.
Because
yes, so,
in those days.
So let's start.
Yeah.
Let's start with the admission.
Yes.
Tell us what is the proper procedure. And then we will discuss what used to happen with regards to particular categories of detainees. So tell us what is the procedure for admitting detainees or prisoners into the prison.
I mean from onset.
What I said earlier on.
Prison.
The prison.
Up to 1994.
Up to 1994.
We have two categories of prisoners.
We had two categories of prisoners.
A remand prisoner.
We had a remand prisoner.
Trial.
Waiting for trial.
And convict prisoner.
And convicted.
Having his term.
Prisoners serving his term.
Whether death roll or life roll or term of sentence. Period. These are the only categories there.
Thank you very much. Okay. To be admitted inside the prisons, tell us what needs to be brought.
To
the prison authorities.
Yes, before 1994.
Just as I was saying earlier on, before 1994, whether you are a remand prisoner,
police will escort now.
The police will escort you.
Courthouse messengers, bail assistants.
Or the bail assistant.
Well, bad messengers.
Or the badge messenger.
Well, the authentic document from court.
They will come with authentic documents from the court.
A party so you are remanded.
Indicating that party so is to be remanded.
Remand warrant.
He will come with a remand warrant.
By a competent magistrate.
Signed by a competent magistrate.
For a period of 1 week.
For a period of 1 week.
1 month or few days. Whatever you mean indicate warrant obala. Keep admit from the main gate, highway. If start la jail to.
Whatever is on the warrant, you'll be admitted, and beginning from the main gate with whom you came with.
No, the name of the prisoner will be on the warrant and the term. Then escort name also.
Your escort
will be written at the gate there.
The name of your escort.
If you have any government valid documents with you, serial number will be registered.
Your escort's name will be written, and if you are in possession of any valid Gambian document, the serial number of the document will be written down.
If the remand wing,
and then you'll be taken to the remand wing.
There.
When you get to the remand wing, you are processed.
Warrant for authenticity, verify.
The officers there will look at the document whether it is authentic.
Now authenticator, they authenticate already.
If they verify it,
then you receive.
Then they will receive you.
We
take all of your documents.
All your belongings.
All of your belongings are taken.
How about for a convicted prisoner?
Yes, I'm starting with the remand force.
I know, I want you to move on to...
Okay, the same thing goes on convict prisoner for now.
Same thing applies to the convicted
If to the main gate.
When you come to the main gate,
you're not on board a vehicle.
If you come on board a vehicle
registration number,
they will take down
the escort vehicle registration when police motor along.
They will take the vehicle registration number.
GPF 5.
Before the silang auto ning man chance dinante kanasoro kenola.
The police motor along.
If it is a police vehicle,
number registration number tala.
They will jot down the number of the vehicle.
The police officers on board.
The names of the police officers on board.
The escorting officers on board.
The escorting officers on board.
Including the driver.
And the driver.
And then the name of the prisoner.
And the prisoner's name as well.
It will be at the main gate.
All of them will be taken down at the main gate.
Yela fenko nying check.
Mumfeng.
Yela convict fenko nying.
Convict document. Okay.
They'll check your document.
Allow it.
And then they'll allow you to pass.
When
you get inside,
even a reception.
You go to the reception.
Remand without remand. Convict without reception.
Remand will go to reception, and the convicted will go to reception.
No. Remand will go to the remand wing. The convict will come to the reception.
Yes. Many had bedami reception, but cannot ye.
Many that's where the reception.
You can follow reception letter.
You start at the reception.
Yes. Bundada babi je jandika do many yard. Ikata taro close rin.
There's a main door there which is always closed.
So if the reception.
When you get to the reception,
ibela fenko follow jibela. Because at
that time, they would have jotted down the names of the escort.
The warrant will check la, ka verify.
They will look at the warrant to verify it.
Because sometimes errors
to check whether it is authentic or not, because sometimes there are errors in there. If there are no errors,
then a prisoner police will hand over.
Then the prisoner will be handed over to the police.
The police will hand over the prisoner.
Yes, police will be a prisoner and hand over to you.
The police will hand over the prisoner to the prison officers.
A receipt or draw.
Then you draw a receipt.
Yes. It means you sign. It means you receive reception officer.
You, the reception officer.
You sign.
You will sign the document.
Receipt or kundu.
And
you will cut the receipt.
Yeah, the police union.
And hand it over to the police.
Yes, Mr. Witness. So, in a sense, to enter the prison as an inmate, you needed to have either a remand warrant.
Yes.
Okay.
Or a convict warrant.
Or a convict warrant.
Yes.
So, committal warrant or a convict warrant.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Fue mari nin kaiti senu yenaje memba itan lako nyim mari bitari manle wala ya nyin kitindile ya soronne abita kasobal abita kasole ko
nyim fulo dronda bije.
What used to happen in after 1994?
Sila 1994 kola muna dunkanake.
After 1994 nde murunda na wato minna.
After 1994, at the time that I returned, I found another column called the detained column. They bring people there, and they came without any document. The reason for their coming there, nobody usually knows. All they say is that he is from
executive order.
He is from the NIA or an executive.
Yo nso amunta wotembo niemen nati ka folo nyim NIA le ka nati je ko abota NIA wala nyim mari executive order le ya nati je bari kayti bukana
no ka folo detainee
ka folo drone detainee wala nyinti ko mutamo.
Under the law, the Prison Act,
loi même fo kasola loi,
was that lawful?
Odunni loi tata nyola le bang kamona ti je wonya.
Not at all.
More detailed without reason.
That was not in line with law.
Any documents,
detaining anyone, someone without.
You cannot detain anybody without documents. That is done only on executive orders.
Yes.
Did the prison officers know that it was unlawful? Admit a person into the prison without any documents, without any lawful order?
ñin nin luwa manta ñola kamona tije wonya anin kayti manna anin femfe manna ka foko ali ñim muta jang fo kaso bunda do kulalu fo ya lon ko woni luwa manta ñola
ya lon
they knew it.
adi ka tandia mari la ko ya lon dolo me sambana jang e don sembete nan chef dol sine mutana dol ko mo sambana jang.
But you make it known to the person that they are there not because of your own behest, that we have no power to bring anybody there.
So you can counsel pour I understand.
So you counsel them to understand you.
Oh, itente.
That it is not you.
It is just ka mutalon mini samba na ni sula tale yene kamba ye samba.
Your role is just to keep them, and those who brought them there, if they needed them anytime, they could come back. So the only thing you could do.
Jamal ya samba na.
Who brought him? Where is he from? In what vehicle did they come in?
You will be enter diary.
You entered all of those details in the diary. When they come to collect again, who comes to collect? What time?
Because they more believe the time in the back. Any movement.
Because there's a lot of belief in time. Any movement that happens is timed.
Date.
You write them down all.
So system will be
that was the system that existed.
You receive.
So that's what we do, receiving. That's all.
Who gave the prison's officers the authority to accept inmates without any lawful authorization, without any warrant?
Jumale silang, jumale yo kango di prison officer la. Puru ka molu natije ke muta, o yatara wol ning kaiti wo kaiti manna.
Ayalon del bafala director general.
You know, for us, we will say it's the Director General because he usually gives us the orders.
Because an example.
I'll give an example.
In most cases, tarajama wato kono.
In
many cases,
detainee.
The detainees don't usually come
information also
without us getting information.
As a operation commanding.
He will call operations.
Well, any senior officer.
Or any other senior officer.
Administrative top management kono.
In the top management. And inform them that.
Maybe security wing.
Those are the security wing.
Alert.
To alert them.
Depending on their number.
If it is 3, 4, or 6 people.
Your cell will prepare.
To prepare those cells. Because people are coming in. He will not tell you who specifically.
5 people or 6 people.
All they tell you is 5 or 6 people are coming.
Prepare
those cells.
Stand by.
And be on standby.
What can I say?
Let no one go home. Wait for them.
Sometimes you sit there the whole night.
Sometimes you sit there the whole night and they will not come. The next morning they'll bring them. So that was how things happened.
Yes.
So in such instances, when you receive the instructions of the Director General, those people who are brought would normally be brought without any papers. Is that your testimony?
Monta silanko nin Director General yo kango dialla. Ibo mulu menu nati la je wonya. Ikaulu nati wonyale nin kaiti wo kaiti bukana amunta sayeng amunta ila kumukango moldi.
Wala nankafo editedi.
That is why they are called detainees.
Document you remind remand prisoner. Convict prisoner. But you detain later. No, that tells you that there is no document.
They have no documents. If they were for remand, we refer to them as remand. And if they were convicted,
so in a sense, what you are telling us is that this category of people were detained on the authority of Yaya Jammeh and nothing else.
Amunta womolu menu kanaje wonya menu nin kaiti bukana. Amunta Yaya Jammeh la kango doron ne kakendi ikawlu muta nan kasola je.
From here to David, because Amari bought NIA, Amambo State House.
Even if the person is from the NIA and not the State House.
Prison.
If a detainee comes to the prison.
David Mamin Kalabut.
There's no detainee that comes to the prison without David.
Minister near convict.
Without David knowing it, even if it is a minister. Even if it is a minister.
Detainee meet. I'm possible Kalamta because I tell the NIA you can communicate to that. NIA you detain this man is coming, this big man is coming. We have a big fish today. Then I communicate to the officers.
Is that the kind of language they would normally use?
Yes, so yes, they say big fish. The man is a big man. They say the big fish. One of the big fish is coming today. So that's a common word now. So people are used to such things.
You told the commission that in such instances, David would give instructions for the security wing to be prepared.
Munta nyim fo commission enko niyo nyomo bekela amunta David le ka fo official enko security wing alije parendi.
Yes. Under the Prison Act,
kasol dunna loi lari ngokoto.
What category of prisoners should be detained at the security wing?
Mummo façon juma ñol le ñanta tala security wing.
Sometimes near my security wing.
When you hear security wing, sometimes
Moldolka interpret nyaming aning abe nyaming is different.
People interpret it differently from what it is.
Because security wing for a section or lesser.
Because there are different sections within the security wing.
Maximum security wing, yes.
There is a maximum security wing.
It's a very big cell.
Which is a big cell.
You convict prisoners,
for the convicted prisoners. Those that could not fit inside are brought there.
But Nima long.
But if you do not know,
prisoners maximum security wing.
If you hear that a prisoner is taken to the maximum security wing,
because layman outside it, security window is a punishment center. So you are under punishment.
You would think that the person is being punished because the layman outside, each time they hear that somebody is taken to the security wing, they assume that the person...
What I'm driving at is, whether is it for remand purposes or only for convicted prisoners?
Jedung puru rimanda manom bang fodung yemenu sorong fokapare.
Security wing menyame.
The way
remand odol kata jele.
Sometimes those on remand used to go to security wing.
Convict kata je.
The convicts to go there.
Detainee nyolu will be katara world.
As for detainees, all of them are there.
Is it lawful to keep detainees in the security wing?
Fodu nyini luwa tatale mo mutarengo lumenu amunda menu ninkaiti bina bukana.
Or remand prisoners.
Mala remand prisoner kaulu samba security wing fodu ni luwa tatale ba.
Yalo amunda ko investigation on the wrong commission of the baladoku wala.
It's like the investigation is ongoing. The commission is on its work.
But
we all know that
gross human right violation.
Wherever there is gross human rights violations,
law can silence
the law is always silent. We all know that.
We just left
Was the law silenced at that time?
Human right violation, there is no law. When they are to satisfy you,
each time you hear...
Was that what was happening at the Mile 2 prisons?
If that was not what existed, why would there be a detainee?
We want you to tell us. We want you to tell us. You are the one who was there. We were not. We want you to tell us whether the security wing was used unlawfully to detain non-convicted prisoners.
Laftale ko security wing for wotumo ka molu natileje ke sorong meni alon ko me kitindi loi me sorong foi kawlu mutaje
yalon be min fokan.
What I am saying,
dictatorship.
A dictatorship.
Nalbe dictatorship koto.
If you are under a dictatorship,
gross violation of human rights. Yalo is order of the day.
Gross violation of human rights is usually the order of the day.
Whether it's illegal or not legal, Ibiko consider.
And they don't consider whether it's legal or not legal.
Because all they're caring.
That was what existed.
In the first place, for somebody without a document.
In the first place, should you take someone to a prison without any document?
We have gone past that threshold. We now know.
No, these are examples.
Yes, let me just finish. We now know people were detained unlawfully.
Yes.
In Mile 2 prisons. Yes. Now, what I want is the next step. Whether people were also being unlawfully detained inside the security wing. Yes or no?
Laftalo na lofodum. Ika molu mutaleke samba security wing. Meni lua mantanyol.
That is where the detainees
were. Document manna.
They came with no documents.
And that was unlawful.
We all know that.
There are two things.
Unless we repeat it.
There are two things here. I just want clarity. There are two things here. The first is the unlawful admission into the prison. That is without a paper.
That's unlawful.
The second one is having already been unlawfully admitted into the prison. That person is unlawfully detained in the security wing. Was that second scenario occurring at mile 2?
The detainee's home was there. That was where it could happen.
I take it that your answer is yes.
Yes, sir.
Good, thank you. Can you give us examples?
So
remember. Few people.
You want me to name a few people I can remember?
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Or you want me to write or I say it openly?
It's your choice. If you feel comfortable saying it.
Well, more than as an example.
I can name a few individuals as examples.
The current managing director of Gamtel, CDJT, he was detained there for so long, I cannot even remember when, for 2 occasions. No document.
Yes. Yes.
He was discharged. He came, I sent him back again 2 occasions.
No document.
No document.
Nothing.
Nothing absolutely.
Good. All right. Thank you.
And the second one is, I could remember Usman Jammeh, the then Deputy Minister of Agriculture.
Yes.
Example, the same thing happened to him also.
No document.
No document.
Do you know of an occasion when a prison officer has protested the admission of these people into the prison without any document?
Fodun ibota kalamale prison dokula officer sotontale melnene balanta ka foko nyimolu menu ye natite ninkaiti manna amanyankela ni loi manta for prison dokula sotontale melnene balanta wala ba.
Yes, mulka balande mulka ke, but at the end of the day ke sofale.
Yes, people were there who protested, but who suffered at the end of the day.
From what? Suffer from what?
Punishment.
They were punished.
Demotion.
Demoted.
Immediate transfer.
By who?
By the Director General. Because I subordinate in Lesotho.
Because he had his subordinates.
They will be observing
and
your relation with some of these people, inmates.
Amunta ateye molle soto je melnu katara e korosirola do kulalu ni wo mutamolu tema.
Yes. Those ya fay ko karbe trafficking nela nkani nyuni je bakele aka communicate with their family ya start ke monitor.
They could tell him that so and so is trafficking, is communicating
so the next
with
minute,
the inmates. And before you know, you are into something that you don't even know.
Because it's one scenario for Nunja.
I can also tell you another scenario.
One of our officers, though the time they spend courthouse.
Although I spent most of my time at the courthouse.
Because we start mile 2 back.
Because I'm not always frequently at mile 2.
Official duties you'll make officers book phone call based sign. Then they can most of time they spend courthouse.
When I get in the morning after signing my books and
high court,
done all my official work, I used to go to court.
All that period, Momo bita court.
All that time, anyone that goes to court.
Except detainees. Except detainees. Then bail court prepare.
I go to court, prepare their cases.
Momo bita court room momento.
And people
appear the magistrate or Jojo Minyati Lingola.
The courts that they are going to
prepare.
The magistrate to whom they are going to appear. I was the chief escort.
So one day Nata.
I came one day
courthouse, no problem
from the courthouse, and I found that problem there.
Now, officer
one of my officers called Cisse. They came to pick up Lantombong.
Night.
In the night. According to what he said,
nothing was wrong with him.
He was fit and nothing was wrong with him. When they left with him, they returned back with him later. And he couldn't stand. on his own. So he said to them, when this guy was leaving this place, he was not in this state. So how am I going to admit this man in this state? If something happens to him later, the prison officers will be accused of doing it to him. And it would not be... And in fact, it's not, and there was a push and pull without... They left him there. The next minute, they picked up the boy. Nobody knew what happened. I never knew anything about his case again. Just recently, drug squad. Until recently, that I heard that he's with the drug squad. A program for drug squad. I have a program at the drug squad. I went there. We greeted and we shook hands.
And what happened in the intervening period?
So, Munaketa wo wuche okono, biring ataniwo molio kuota mandije.
You know, I was not there. I came back and I heard the news. But since maybe I tell invite no to come period explain. His name has been mentioned here. Maybe he will be invited to come here.
Did you see him again in the prison service since that day?
No, since then I didn't know. Since then I did not see him again.
Can we safely say that he was removed from the prison service?
That is what I can say because I did not see him. I did not know his whereabouts. Prison is a place which, after some time, people were very, very cautious the way they deal with one another. Before you and I will talk, confidence has to be built before. And there has to be trust prior to that. Because otherwise we will not discuss certain things.
So now we have talked about the unlawful admission of people into the prisons.
Yes.
Now let's, I think it's time for the first break, Mr. Chair. It's past. I am watchless today, so thank you, Mr. Kambi, for letting me know. So we go on break.
Yes, Council, if you are ready, we can take a 30-minute break and come back. But
I think I am ready, Mr. Chair, unless if you want me to proceed. But I think I'm ready.
I will indulge you a little bit, though, if you don't mind. Council, witness, and 2 Mandinka interpreters, if you can come to the front desk here, just for 2 minutes of logistics consultations.
Oh, thank you.
But we will take a 30-minute break and come back at 12:10.
Can we do that while the break is on? When
that's exactly what I want.
Right, thank you.
Come right away.
All right.
The 2 interpreters, witness, if you don't mind, just come to the desk out here with council. It's logistics consultations I want to have with you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Meeting is adjourned.
Okay.